Snoop Dogg, Triller, starting the boxing league. Fight Club. Christmas Day schedule, huh?
Christmas Day schedule.
Yeah, Christmas Day schedule. Beal, John Wall trade. DeMar DeRozan and Obama's book.
And then I had something stuff in there.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that shit.
No. Welcome back to another episode of Live from Ox City. We are recording on Saturday night, and the Ox City news, it's looking like we're going to be doing another stay-at-home order starting tomorrow, Sunday. So this will come out on Tuesday, so we'll most likely be in a stay-at-home order by then. But have you gotten all your groceries, all your toilet paper? We're going to do that again. I think we're going to do the whole toilet paper thing again.
All my Blockbuster videos. Yeah, Nintendo games. Squeeze It. Pause.
Pause. Squeeze It.
Remember those?
No.
You don't remember Squeeze It? Pause?
You don't have to say it every time.
The
what is it, Jello?
The colored, yeah, no, it was those it was basically like kind of, it looked like Kool-Aid but in a colored almost Coke bottle, and it was plastic, and you just squeeze.
Was it juice?
Yeah, it was juice. It was like it was like little packs of things.
Was it something I would steal out of a small kid's
Yeah.
lunch?
Absolutely. You don't remember? Dang.
No.
Yeah.
My memory is terrible.
Yeah. Okay. What about old school, like snacks? What? Okay. When I was little, I remember I was like, oh man, I wish at some point in my life I can get that snack that kid has. But mine was like, nah, you ain't getting it. My parents are not.
Or like the ice cream truck.
Yeah, like all that stuff.
Ice cream truck music meant a bunch of other kids were going to get candy.
A bunch of other kids are going to get a bunch of candy from the money that their parents gave them. I remember at one point, like I think it was in high school, like my dad would give me like $5 or $10 for like the week and just make it happen. Just like
work.
Make it enough, yeah.
Make it enough.
Basically, it's like, man, just that was my lunch, like, and like, you know, we're playing basketball, so it's like we're pretty much not going home to you need to eat, but like we're not getting home till 6, 7, like depending on
you're gone for
a
solid 12 hours a day.
Yeah, for sure. So you're just like figuring it out, like the rich, because we obviously we went to a high school that had rich
it was
we had
infused.
neighboring rich, yeah, exactly. And so some of the rich homies would look out sometimes, and it was just like, yes.
The rich homies.
But no, fun.
My memory is so bad. Like, people ask me about stuff that I should remember. You know, like I honestly don't remember if I went to prom? They have prom and homecoming.
Yeah.
I remember going to one of those. No, barely. Like, I remember going to one. I can't remember which one it was. I went to maybe both. I just can't remember. It's just real
What do
foggy.
you what do you choose to remember?
Not much. I also
You're
can't
like,
remember
what? What'd you
people.
say?
I'm 51st dates now. No, I can't remember people. Like, I would run into somebody. I'd be with my parents, even when I was a kid. We'd be out somewhere and we'd run into somebody, and it was like, "Hey, you remember so and so?" Nope.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% of the time saying, nope, I don't remember you to
No, I
your
do not.
face.
You didn't make an impression on me. Why would I
Nah,
remember you? You're not
nah,
special.
the names thing, I'm the worst. Like that's one thing that I don't remember. Names.
Yeah, as somebody is shaking their hand, oh yeah, as somebody's shaking my hand and telling me their name, I'm forgetting it at the same time.
I've lost a couple of like, hey, like, how you doing? Made an impression on a female, and like you get the conversation, and then they're like, yeah, I'll give you my number. Hold on, do you remember my name? And I've definitely lost out on it. Like, yeah,
That's
of
why you give it to
course.
them to put it in there
How do you
first.
spell it again? What do you think is a more realistic movie? Black Hawk Down or Red Dawn?
Red Dawn's the one with Christian Bale, right? Or is that the one with? Or no, that's the one where they fight off like China or something, right?
That memory. It's
There it is.
it's the one where they just like I think it was set in the 80s, maybe 80s or maybe,
Okay, it's like
but they
somebody is
start
invading
parachuting
the
in.
U.S.,
Yeah. Yeah, they just
right? Okay,
parachute in and they just take over like yeah.
I do not think that is realistic. It's for somebody to get to the Midwest, like to fly over the United States and then parachute out. That's ridiculous. But Black Hawk Down, I mean that was actually a thing.
I know. This is a joke.
Okay, I didn't know if I was educating or answering a joke.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know why, but remember that Kona or Coney? Remember Coney 2012 or Kona 2010 or
Kona,
whatever?
what is it? A movie?
Coney, it was like make him famous. It was like a hashtag before, like the first hashtag of the dude who
Uh-uh.
was like putting
Nope.
like African kids in concentration camp.
Memory.
You don't remember that?
Gone. Nope.
Man, you
Nope.
do you remember MySpace?
I do remember MySpace. I do. You were in my top 8. I remember that. I can't remember what spot though. Netflix is sponsoring a movie about a new movie about a old Wu-Tang album called, what's it called again? Intro to the Shaolin. Once upon a time in Shaolin. That apparently was auctioned off after Wu-Tang completed the album. So Wu-Tang finished it, and then instead of releasing it with a record label, I guess they auctioned it for some reason. So they auctioned it. Some guy bought it for like $2 million, and the guy who bought it is some kind of hedge fund dude. I don't know, but right after he bought it, he got arrested, and so when he got arrested, the authorities took away that property, and so that Wu-Tang album, there's only one copy of it, like it's on CD or something like that. So that one copy is somewhere sitting in an evidence room of an unheard Wu-Tang album. It's like a 31 song double album.
Okay, if that is the only copy you got, and if you think that it's the only copy, RZA has that somewhere on his hard drive somewhere.
But they can't release it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm just
There's
saying, like,
some,
it's not like that. There's like a CD that in a
I like to think that there is. I like to think that there's like a staff somewhere who at some police facility who has access to it, and they just play it all the time, and like
it's a CD that says Cool Jams Mix 2012.
Yeah, so it got a secret code name.
Remember, people would make mix CDs.
Yeah, I remember paying people.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Like if you had the capability to burn CDs.
Yeah, you could kind of like come up a little bit.
You could have a racket for that. I remember, dude had. You tell him all the songs. It's because he was taking the risk.
He was taking a risk. Yeah, of getting
caught by the internet.
Parents. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember someone. I had like one person who was burning the CDs, and I might have got like one or two, and then like the third one, it was like he put like 2 or 3 songs that I was like, I'm not messing with. I didn't ask for this. I'm like, you're out, bro. Sorry.
He gave you.
Gotta go to another
material.
connect. I got a cop from another connect.
Damn. He needed friends. He was trying to.
Yeah, you were trying to put me on the music. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that. He put some like Blink 183 on.
Oh
there.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, it was trash. Yeah, no, it was like Jay-Z, Nas.
That's what I'm saying.
Tupac. Like it was like good.
Blink 182. Wow.
Yeah, it was like, what? Hold on.
You'll probably like this, bro.
Airtime.
No, I remember having a guy back in junior high that would make CDs for people. And I think he was charging $5 a CD, but it was like, I almost had to wait in line because so many people were trying to get CDs from him. So he's probably coming up. I mean, making $5 a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember I had a friend. He was burning CDs, and it was like one day. Like I think his parents weren't gonna be home that day, and so he had like, that one day it would be like 3 or 4 people come over, and he would just knock out doing all the CDs. And I'm like, nah, you got to do mine first, man. Like I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out first. It's like we're dealing drugs as kids for music.
I know you've never done you might have been a ride along, but have you ever done the drug deal to a guy's house that you don't want to stay at?
Oh, come on.
The guy's trying to get you to hang out.
Allegedly.
Yeah. This guy's always trying to get you to hang out, smoke one with him. And it's, you've seen Pineapple Express, right?
Yeah, but that's the best case scenario.
Oh, of course. Well, except for
of that. Because in Oxnard, you got the sketchy, like, it might be a hood type of scenario. Like, yeah, nah. But yeah, for sure. I mean, if you grew up in Oxnard, you pretty much went through that.
Yeah. Well, I did it
at
a
least
bunch
back
in the valley.
when we were. Oh, okay.
Or in LA, it was like when I was living out in the valley, and the only guy we had was in Venice, and so like we had to go all the way to Venice, wait for this guy, and then it would be all awkward. He wants us to sit and hang out. We're just trying to sneak away, go home, smoke our weed, smoke our $5 bag of weed. We'll be back tomorrow, but we don't want to hang out.
See, my situation is a little different because I don't even smoke, so it's like, man, I'm not.
So you're just waiting.
Yeah. Like
you're just waiting for somebody to do their shit.
Yeah. It's like, and then they want to be your friend.
Yeah, I'm not having it. The NBA is actually not allowing weed, but I guess they're going to take away testing for marijuana, which I didn't even know that apparently they stopped doing that in the bubble. They stopped testing for it, really? And then they're going to continue they're going to continue that that practice, which is kind of leading people to think that eventually they're going to go away with it, go away with marijuana testing at all.
I mean, it it makes sense on their end to do it like this because it's like test the waters, see what
Like to phase it out, kind of.
well, just to see what the reaction is too. Like, yes, like if there's overwhelmingly positive response, then they'll just probably just say, you know what, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what kind of effect it has. What I'm really interested to see is, what is it, Oregon? Is it Oregon who decriminalized meth or like everything?
Oh yeah, I thought it was somewhere up north.
That
I
one's
think it
going to
was
be
Oregon.
interesting.
Yeah, they just across the board, like you could do it all.
Go for it. That one's going to be interesting.
Indulge the state.
Because there are a lot of European countries that do that, and it helps. Like it.
Is that what
Instead of
Amsterdam
putting
is?
people,
You can do everything, or is just
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think it's Amsterdam, and I think maybe some other countries up there, like in the Netherlands or whatever. I probably actually don't even know what I'm talking about because I haven't looked at a map.
I mean, if you're somewhere like Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, wouldn't you kind of want to do that? You would look
meth?
at. No, I'm saying look at the blueprint that Colorado did, and kind of following that to bring more tourists, just more money to the economy.
I think that's what people will see eventually. Like when it becomes so obvious that these states that are actually doing it are making way more money, it's going to be hard for states to keep out of it, you know, especially when people see how much money it's, you know, how it's helping, if it's lowering taxes for people by providing like another means of making money, you know.
Yeah, but not also you got to think of who who these people are. Not to get too political again, but because we already know who the president is now. But like you got old versus new regime. It's just that classic case of you know the people who are younger is like whatever, and then the people older is like no, it's the devil and this and that.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least it's looks like it's making a little bit of progress. Apparently we weren't the only ones who enjoyed Snoop Dogg that much last weekend. The owner of Triller and Snoop Dogg are talking about starting a new league called the Fight Club. And I was reading something up about that, and we were talking about it before, you and I were, and it seems to me like it is going to be that type of celebrity beef settling thing. Like that, it sounds like that's what they're going for.
That's hey, I'm all for it. You settle your beefs with some gloves on and not with a gun on. But I mean, here's
pay-per-view, will you watch it?
It depends. You gotta have real boxers in there. If you have some real boxers, like they had a dude named Badu Jack. He was signed to Mayweather Promotions. I don't think he still is. I'm pretty sure he's not. But he was signed to Mayweather Promotions, and he fought like this ex-military guy. And I like watching him fight. I like watching Badu Jack. So but I'm a boxing head, so I will watch it if there's some professional boxers in there, you know. If there's just a bunch of YouTube celebrities, probably not. Yeah. And probably not. Like I'm not like why?
If it wasn't pay-per-view, would you watch it?
Yeah, maybe. I'm a big fight fan, so yeah. I watch the Kimbo Slice type of deal things.
I thought it was funny that most of these articles about this new Fight Club thing were talking about how it was the Tyson Jones fight that, you know, that was so successful and all that. but it didn't mention Nate Robinson
Well,
and
I
Paul
think
at all.
both. I think both of them. I think you can't like what. I think they both had a big part. But yeah, they should have definitely mentioned the Jake Paul Nate Robinson thing because that's where the memes
That was
came
the
from.
headline.
That's where the I would say on social media, yeah, like for like all of social media, yeah. But obviously the event was Tyson. You know, they didn't disappoint. I mean, I knew that it wasn't gonna be something where there was like a knockout or it was gonna be fireworks crazy. I knew it was gonna be
Right.
two old men. But you gotta definitely say that Jake Paul knocking out Nate Robinson was part of the
Part of what
hysteria.
blew it up.
Yeah, for sure.
And Snoop Dogg's call of
Oh, come on. He was
Jake Paul
unbelievable
knocking out
with
Nate
it.
Robinson.
Check out the last
So
episode. At the very top, we have pretty much I don't know, what would you say that kind of
the
summed up
gist
coronavirus?
yeah,
So,
it summed up the end of Nate Robinson's career.
yeah.
I guess he jumped in, or somebody was giving him credit for jumping back into his group text with his buddies, like right after the fight, and saying like he took all the jokes.
Well, he couldn't just. What is he gonna just never say anything ever again? He's gonna
No,
have
but
to.
can you imagine just getting back into that group text?
Here's the thing. He called him out too. You call someone else out and get knocked out. Man,
Lessons learned.
that's why I didn't feel
Lessons
too
learned.
bad about like laughing because I mean he was the one who called him out. I did feel bad that he had to go out like that because as a basketball fan, like you never want to see someone that had like a 10-year career, 10 plus year career. Well, he was 3-time slam dunk champion, right?
Yeah, I don't really recognize that one too much. I thought that one that he won was trash.
He won
We kept
3
doing the
times.
same. Yeah, but he kept doing the same dunk on that one. Just then it was like
Okay, so
it
you
got to
think
the
another
point where
one?
it was just because he's short.
Come on. It's a pretty big feat to be able to do that. To dunk
Yeah,
as a
sure,
5'8" guy.
sure, but
And
it's not
who
a 3 slam dunk contest
was he the
champion
best
winning feat.
dunker that was in the league at that time? No. But I mean, he won the NBA dunk contest. Like you're not going to say I don't think any of the dunk contest that he won you could really say that he I don't know that they gave it to him. I don't know. I can't even concentrate.
So the NBA Christmas Day schedule is out. It also has a schedule for tip-off, which is December 22nd, which is most likely going to be our 10th podcast, right?
It's
10th
a Tuesday,
podcast
right?
on Tuesday the 22nd. So once we hit 10 podcasts, we're definitely going to have some type of fireworks show and goodies,
Let's do that.
Oprah type giveaway,
Yeah, let's do that.
hand out some cars.
A new car.
But the NBA schedule is out. Game 1 of the season, Lakers Clippers, which is going to be cool.
You knew that's what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
That's actually game 1 of preseason also.
Oh, I didn't even know they're going to do preseason.
Yeah, they're gonna have 3 games.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see those teams go at it. They're going to have Nets and Warriors, Celtics, Bucks, and Suns, Mavs. Suns, Mavs would be fun with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And the Suns didn't even lose, right? The Suns didn't lose in the bubble.
Nah, they were undefeated, I think.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, DeAndre Ayton is gonna be the determining factor on whether the Suns are cracking that top four-ish range.
And they traded, what's his name, Kelly Oubre?
Kelly Oubre, yeah.
Oubre? Yeah, I can't remember what they got
To the
for
Warriors, right?
Oh, he was part of that Chris Paul deal? I can't remember. They probably gave up like 7 first-round picks for him.
Yeah, what did you think about the John Wall, Russell Westbrook trade?
You know, I watched some Bradley Beal highlights after I saw that trade because I hadn't seen Bradley Beal play for a long time, and I'm more excited about Washington than I am Houston, really. No, not well, not. I'm not saying Washington is gonna go far or like make waves, really, but I think that pairing is interesting, though. Westbrook and Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
and John Wall's been injured for what, like 2 years, right?
Yeah, what's up? I think
so. Who knows what he is coming back?
I don't think that pushes the needle for either one, though. It's like
not really, but I think it's an interesting dynamic to have Russ in Washington, like with Bradley Beal, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
But I wonder about what's going to happen with the Rockets. Like, what are the Rockets trying to do?
Well, they're trying to. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what they're trying to do. You got rid of Westbrook. You brought in Westbrook. You tried it, and then
why do they keep bringing in point guards? That's my thing. You have the MVP. You have the MVP point guard or whatever he was last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, right?
Harden or
yeah,
Westbrook?
James Harden.
Are we calling him a point guard?
Well, he played the point guard as an MVP.
Okay.
So you have, whether he's a point guard or not, you started him at the 1. And he won MVP at that position. And then you decide to bring in 3 different point guards.
Yes,
3 different all-star point guards. Like, why?
Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and then
John Wall.
Yeah.
Like, why not get bigs? Why not get shooters? Why not
maybe nobody's trying to move off of bigs. I don't know.
Like,
Harden has the ball so much that I feel like he eats up the dribbles of like the point and the 2 and 3.
Exactly. My point exactly. Why are you getting a lead guard that they're used to handling the rock and being the ball dominant player on the team? It doesn't make any sense to me on any level of basketball. I don't care if it's kindergarten to NBA. Show me where I'm.
I kind of feel like they might move Harden. I feel like maybe this is
okay.
Kind of maybe just a rebuild.
Okay, because they got a first-round pick out of it. I could see that. If they're doing that, then that makes a lot more sense to like give them time, like to the trade deadline or whatever. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Wait, so they got a first-round pick from somebody?
Yeah, I think they got the for it was a swap. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, it makes sense. Like you get a pick out of it because John Wall hasn't played. Russell Westbrook was an MVP. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of
that makes sense.
Yeah. So
they got a first round pick. If they get John Wall, who we don't really know what he is right now, but
he's a fat former NBA point guard.
Fat. He's like Raymond Felton now.
Oh no. I got a Raymond Felton story, but we'll save that for a guest. We have a guest coming on that has a Raymond Felton story.
Okay, we'll bring up the Raymond Felton story when we was on. But yeah, I think I don't know too much about Washington other than Bradley Beal. I know that they have sucked for a long time.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, but
that's all you need to know about the Washington Bullets.
But John Wall's been out, right?
AKA the Wizards. He's definitely been out, and I mean that's why I'm saying this doesn't push the needle for Washington. Really, I mean maybe you get a healthy player. You get a guy who might, get him in the playoffs, but maybe that's all they're looking for.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
Yeah, but as
Washington.
you're a Lakers fan, I'm a Clippers fan. Like we're kind of looking at it differently. Like we're looking to like try and
Go now.
not just So maybe that's what as a franchise that hasn't had any success in the. I mean, they've had okay success, but to finally get a guy who's healthy and maybe a little bit more of an identity, maybe that's all they were looking for.
And the other games are, so the Christmas Day games were New Orleans and Miami, which is, I like to see that. Like to see what is happening with that new.
You see how many games that New Orleans got?
Like primetime games?
Yeah, national. They got like the second.
A lot, probably, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, they got Zion. That's what.
I know they're going hard. The league is going hard to push Zion.
I like that they got Steven Adams though.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a great
like
pick.
that makes I mean, they're in the West, so the West is tough. But
If I'm New Orleans, I'd sign him for like the rest of his career.
Yeah, because I think he's 8 years in.
You need no. Yeah, but you know what's crazy? He's young. He's under 30. Like he's like 28 or something.
Yeah, and he seems like the type. He's not one of those big guys that seems too big for his size. You know, like, or just seems oversized and kind of awkward. He seems like he fits his body right. You know, like he doesn't seem awkward or anything like that.
Yeah, he could probably be star in like Aquaman 2 also. It's just he's
the stunt double.
No, you know what? If I'm them, I sign him for the rest of his career basically, or give him an extension, pause, and you get, and because he's the type of guy you want, he's a goon that you want alongside Zion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's someone who's gonna go to war for Zion, with Zion, and
that's two big, strong dudes.
Yeah, but he's gonna protect him. He's gonna do, you know what I mean? He's gonna do the dirty work.
Be that enforcer type guy.
Exactly. So that was a great pickup. Great pickup. And they got some.
Yeah, and I think they re-signed Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Don't sleep on Brandon. He's improved.
Yeah, he's becoming a scorer.
Lakers are like Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, like.
Yeah.
You know that.
I mean, I don't know if Brandon Ingram, without getting the looks that he's gotten by being traded like that,
right?
You know, I don't know if he develops the same way.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but also at the same time, in that same breath, it's kind of good for how Zion was out, and he also, like you said, got those looks as just being the man. So now you got two guys who are just ready.
I think Ingram's the man more over Zion right now. If there's a pecking order on that team.
For sure. Like if you want to go get a bucket, you give it to Brandon Ingram right now.
Absolutely.
Right now. Now, does this year he overtake that or maybe next, whatever? Yeah. But also, you take away Drew Holiday from the backcourt, and it's like kind of like addition by subtraction. Even though Drew Holiday is one of my favorite guards and he might be one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, Lonzo Ball now he can have.
Now he needs to step up.
Yeah, exactly. So they're looking. So it's like
most likely Ball, Ingram.
You got a nice four that can go.
But it's Ball, Ingram. They have Josh Hart, right?
Yeah.
Is Redick still on that team? I think he is.
Did he sign?
No, I'm pretty sure he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got Redick there, and then you have Zion and Steven Adams.
That's a squad. That's a nice squad. It's a nice squad.
So on Christmas Day, it's going to be them and Miami, which we obviously have seen what Miami had.
Miami got jerked with the amount of national games. They're like 12th.
Wow, so they got it again. You know what they're going to do? Jimmy Butler's going to turn that into fuel. Mm-hmm. And he's going to use that. because that's what he does.
That or Selena Gomez.
What is?
I heard they were like spotted in New York or whatever the tabloids are like. I think it
Is
was.
she an adult now? I don't even.
She's like a pop star, right? I think
She was
dated.
a Disney.
Oh, okay. I didn't
I
know.
think.
I thought she dated. She's like a pop star and dated Justin Bieber. Yeah, Justin Bieber.
I don't know. I might have made
I'm
that
pretty
up.
sure.
I don't know if she's Disney or not, but
She might
I don't know.
be.
Does she? I can't tell if she.
She's
is
one
the
of those
who
like
has an alter
Ariana
ego.
Grande type, huh?
You know, like Hannah Montana and Hilary Duff had. It was like,
I think it's the same person, right?
yeah, it's the same person.
Okay.
I don't know why I feel like Selena Gomez and like, what's the girl's name? Demi Lovato.
Yeah, I think that's the same person.
I don't know
too.
why I think that they're the same person. I don't know
It
why
might
I
be.
think that. Yeah,
Might
like
be.
one of them is on Disney, and then there's the alternate version. Like the Jenners, I didn't know how many Jenner sisters there were. I think there's Kim, and then
Kim,
there's
Chloe,
and Kim.
Daffy,
Right?
Laffy, Taffy.
Daffy.
Nah. Yeah, there's like the first crew, and then there's like the add-on crew.
There's the first tier, and then the A list and the B list.
I think the B list, like Kylie has become the A list. She's the one like she's
She
the
was
new
the one.
A-list.
Was she was the one asking people to follow her, or maybe donate to her, money, so that she could be like the first. So she could be the first billionaire or some. I don't know.
Maybe she might be a
Something
billionaire.
crazy like that. But she lives down the street from DeMar DeRozan, which I'm guessing in California, right?
Yeah, for
Would be
sure.
my guess, because I know he plays for San Antonio. I think
Oh.
Selena Gomez is like a super fan kind of the Spurs.
Oh,
why
okay, that makes
Full circle all the way back.
sense that she would be from there. I think I've
there,
heard
yeah.
of that. Like her last
Yeah,
name's
so-
Gomez.
But DeMar DeRozan apparently had a break-in the other night. Like somebody came in to rob him, I guess. Oh no! They thought that it was the Jenner's house, Kylie Jenner's house.
Okay. So
I guess he
did
lives
read-
down the street.
Okay. And did they think it was? Were they trying to like be? Were they a fan? Were they trying to rob her?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to rob Dirty Socks or something weird.
So that's very interesting because he's like, I've heard he has like gang
Oh, DeRozan?
affiliation. Yeah. So I wonder what that ended up being, because you expect to see.
Yeah, if you break into a house and you're expecting to see Kylie Jenner.
Probably what, 5'5" tops?
Yeah. And then you get 6'6".
No, absolutely not.
DeRozan?
Yeah, DeRozan is
How tall do you think he is?
He's for sure like 6'8".
No.
He's like 6'7", 6'8". Yes. DeMar DeRozan is a small forward.
Okay. All right, so he's 6'6", 6'7", whatever.
No, 6'8". Don't you disrespect
Okay,
him.
okay, all right, 6'8", fine. You walk in and it's 6'8", DeMar DeRozan.
6'8", what? He's probably two.
He's kind of wiry,
Like
but
220.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's going through your head right there.
Yeah. And he's not the guy who's always like smiling either. Like even
he's
playing
not.
basketball, like even in a setting where it's like maybe like
Relaxed.
yeah, he's not the smiling type dude. So
No.
if someone just runs up in a home, he's definitely not smiling, and you're like,
No.
oh.
Oh, I made a mistake.
So what happened? Did he?
So
kill the
I
kid?
guess no, he didn't kill him, but
Oh.
he was able to get him out of his house. But it's crazy how many times I think that's happened. That happened to Sean Taylor. Remember Sean Taylor, the safety for
rest in peace. Yeah.
the Redskins? Yeah, rest in peace.
That was
like crazy stories of guys or people breaking into athletes' houses, and trying to steal shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that story of Sean Taylor, like going down, protecting his family, I guess. Like that's gnarly.
That's sad. I think I heard a story with LL Cool J too, like maybe like a couple years ago or a year ago or something like that, where someone broke in and he had to like fight someone just in his kitchen, like.
That's wild.
Just
that happened to an
night.
MMA fighter recently, but like within the last year or two, like somebody broke into their house. I'm assuming not knowing that the guy was like a UFC fighter, and so this guy obviously fucked him up. But you imagine you're the burglar or whatever, you go into that situation. Well, I'm gonna steal some shit from this house, and then you come in and it's fucking Chuck Liddell in there. He starts swinging on you. You realize you fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, that's wild. Like to think that people have gotten in hand-to-hand combat like that, just in their own kitchen.
Yeah. The nighttime burglary thing. It's got to be the dumbest way to go, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like you want to do that during the day.
Yeah, but I mean, some people, I don't know. Maybe they're out. Because I've had somebody come by and like open my car door and take some shit out of there, but it was because I left it open. Like that was on me. I did that. But like breaking into a house, like going in, and you don't know what's going to be in there, and most people who do that, they're doing it for money, so they're most likely not armed, or at least with a gun. Guns are expensive.
Yeah.
So if you're going in there relatively unarmed and you don't know what's inside.
Yeah, you break into my place. Desperate. You break into my place. I know my place in the dark. You don't. Right. And believe I'm prepared. So you're gonna get. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of know that. You got.
Yeah. So it must be total desperation of doing that type of thing. Have you ever stolen anything?
Stolen anything?
Incriminate yourself. Statute of limitations.
Stolen a heart before or two. But like you said, statute of limitations.
Yeah, you're right. I plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4, fifth.
What?
Oh man, you're not a Dave Chappelle fan?
Oh man, no, I am a fan, so I just stopped watching the show.
Oh, I did. I liked it before he told us.
Are you? Do you think you'll read Obama's book? Do you read books at all? Can you read?
I just learned how, like I said in the last podcast.
Hooked on phonics?
Nah. Yeah. Well, I actually read The Audacity of Hope.
Is that his last book? Is that the new Star Wars?
Oh my.
No, what is that? Because I remember I heard him mention it. Was it his first book?
Yeah. It was I think it was when he was right before he got elected.
Yeah, because in this book, in The Promised Land, he talks about writing his first book.
Okay.
Yeah. And like he was doing it, I think, when he was still a senator, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was right I'm pretty sure it was right before he got elected.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read that one.
Did you read? So
I
you
actually,
read? Did you read it or did you get audiobook?
nah, this was like
Yeah. Okay. So it was a while ago. But so
oh
for this
7
one,
or something.
I ordered the book for this one just so I can have it and so I can read it at home. But I don't have a ton of time, so I got the audiobook too, and he narrates it.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
which I wouldn't have gotten it if it was somebody else narrating it. But with him narrating it, it's like it's a unique experience. You know, it's like you're sitting down with him and he's just telling you his entire experience, you know. So I'm gonna read it, you know, like read the physical book, but this is one of the better audiobooks that I've heard.
I want a audiobook read by Tracy Morgan.
You know, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Nah, but actually I'll probably read it. The Obama book, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I actually saw a really good interview with Complex a couple weeks ago where it was a really good interview. It was just, it was kind of like just about it was kind of about everything. They had a lot of different topics um and it was kind of
He was
surrounded
on
around the
the
book.
he was on the Breakfast Club
When?
recently too.
Really?
Recently. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see
Like
that.
maybe a week ago.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
And he did a while with him. He does maybe half an hour or something. But
Oh, that's crazy. I would
he's
love
got
this.
he's got like a Morgan Freeman type deal to him to where like you could listen to him read anything,
Yeah.
you know. But I really wanted to read the book or listen to the book, whatever. But just because he kind of addresses it in the introduction or the preface that he wanted to tell more about what he did in there, because people always say, or I hear people say, what did he even do? You know, like what good did he actually do? And I honestly don't know specifically what he did. So I wanted to listen to this or read it, just get a better idea of what it was when he went in and what it was when he left. But so far it's super interesting. And I haven't even gotten to him getting elected yet. And I guess this is the first of 2 volumes. So this Promised Land one is volume 1, and then I don't know when volume 2 is going to come out. I don't know if he's done with it or not, but I will for sure listen to it when it's out.
Coming out on Netflix.
That Wu-Tang movie with the about the album, that's going to be I don't know when, but that's coming out on Netflix. Did you watch that Amazon special for it?
Nah, I feel like there's
For
been like
Wu-Tang?
a couple of documentaries and shows about Wu-Tang. Um, I'm a f with Wu-Tang. I'm a fan.
Yes.
I just I don't know. Like I'm a fan. Like I like Wu-Tang.
But
I don't know. You know what? I think there's not one person that I'm like, oh, okay, this is the dude, or you know what I mean? That
yeah,
I guess just as the collective, I'm like, okay, yeah, Wu Tang is cool. Like I
I know
understand,
for
like
me,
there's
it took seeing that documentary to get me more interested in him. Like once I
seen them
watched
live.
that, or not documentary, but show. You saw him live, like what
I've
you
seen
saw,
him
Rock the
live.
Bells or something.
Yeah, I've seen him live. I love the cash rules everything around me motto. Um, I don't know. I just never. I was never like, oh, this. I don't know.
Well, because you're more into lyrics, right? Like
I like
lyricists.
everything. I like everything. I like people who are musical, people who are ignorant.
Does ODB's antics
Oh,
like
I heard he was actually really smart.
what? He went to Harvard.
Yeah, like School of the Hard Knocks or something. No, no, I actually heard that he was a smart person, like, and that was kind of like a act
An
that he was
act.
putting on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I mean, yeah, I like lyrics. I like good music. I like good beats. I like old school. I like new school. I'm just a
Drake.
music fan. Drake? Yeah, Drake's good. Drake's got talent. Does he write his stuff? I don't know. Does he write all his stuff? Is he the most talented artist? No. Is he a talented artist? Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get into your Drake
Who do
hate.
you think would win in a basketball game, Drake or Michael Scott? They have a similar vibe to them, I think.
Michael Scarn or Michael Scott?
Michael Scott. Michael Scott, the hoops player, the baller. They
Mike
have a pretty
Scott from the
similar.
NBA from the 76ers?
Nope. Nope.
You're
The
talking
Michael
about
Scott.
world's best boss, Michael Scott?
Yes.
For sure Drake. He's got
I
height
think
on him.
you've seen that episode of The Office, right?
Are you talking about where they go downstairs to play basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So that uniform that
Rest in
Michael
peace,
Scott is
Patrice
wearing.
O'Neal.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot he's in that. That uniform looks like Drake when Drake is playing in his own gym. Like he has his own matching uniforms that they have to wear,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and like he
No.
pays NBA players millions of dollars to go over and play with him.
Do you remember when kids used to wear that? Like they used to, because that it's all jersey, uh, like but blank, and
Yeah,
it's like two colors, and it's like one color is the front and the back, and then the sides are like another color, and it's
yeah,
no name, it's no brand,
it's generic,
and
generic.
oh man,
Yeah,
God bless you guys. It's just
but I'm telling you,
that's what they
Drake's
were.
body style, his build, and his shooting form is very Michael Scott-esque.
So anyone who's lived uh in the vicinity of Los Angeles, Ventura, or Santa Barbara counties have heard of Colonia, probably. It's a bigger known gang, right? Area. But within that it's a very homely, um deep rooted community that has very, very rich three world champion boxers. You know, it bred three world champion boxers.
From
And
different families or
well, yeah, the Garcias are, you know, Garcias and then Fernando Vargas, but they were all trained out of there and from Oxnard. But there's a gym that they built in like the early 90s, you want to say?
yeah.
The Colonia gym. And in junior high, we used to practice there. And I used to get dropped off, and we used to wait for our coach to practice. And our practice was at like 6 o'clock, and we would get there probably what 3, So, you go outside and there's outdoor courts, but there's also an indoor gym. And you go outside and there's like one big court and there's probably 20 people playing on this
At
big
one
court
time.
at one time. And if you for the listeners, basketball is 5-on-5 sport. So there should be 10 players. So there should be 10 players. So there was about 20. And, you just jump in. You're just on a team. So, I just jump in. And there's a lot of those Drake, Michael Scott players talking about, pásala, pásala, pásala. So I'm just like, all right, this is practice before practice. So, just got to cross two dudes up. You take it to the rack, might get hit, might go down, but, whatever. And then you go inside and practice with your regular school team. But yeah.
Yeah, and
that was just a little memory that I had when we were talking about that office basketball game.
that basketball game is where Drake belongs. I saw a video of him in, what's that summer league thing that they do? Where all the pros play and like J. Cole they allowed him to play in the league.
Oh, come on. Hold on. J. Cole versus Drake. That's not even.
Oh, no. Don't even.
Yeah.
You're not going to say that Drake is winning that, are you?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying J. Cole isn't. He's not. It doesn't seem like J. Cole's getting some buckets. You've seen some.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
But Drake played in that too.
But you made it seem like they allowed him like
who,
come
J.
here,
Cole?
little guy. Like
no, I mean J. Cole, he was hitting shots.
Of course he got on.
Still, but he's not.
Yeah, I get
like he got on because he's J. Cole. But Drake, they're totally putting the bumpers on for Drake. Like
no, he's not playing.
They're handing
he's definitely
the
not
controller. He was playing in that league. He played in that league with them. There's video of it. It's that same gym.
The Lifetime gym or whatever, Gaucho's gym, whatever in New York, whatever. He didn't play.
I thought this one was in L.A.
Okay, the Rico Hines one. The UCLA one. He's not in that.
No.
Okay, you talking about the Drew League? What are we talking?
I think maybe it might be the Drew League.
If he played in the Drew, I'm laughing. I gotta see that footage.
But he just pays his way in to play in all these leagues, and then like nobody guards him. He's that dude. He's the 70-year-old guy at LA Fitness that nobody guards.
Oh man, I hate when they play. Like no disrespect, no, like no disrespect. Like all respect, dude.
Respect to you even be out there trying.
So man,
stop.
The fact that it's just. I can't play regular now.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're gonna send somebody to the hospital.
Now. Yeah. Like. Anyways,
have you ever had him guard you?
Who's him? you got someone in mind?
Yeah, talking about Grandpa.
I'm sure it's happened and. It's like a switch off situation.
Yeah, like you just call for the ball every time and clear it out. Isolation.
Do you do you remember when Stanley got the ball?
Stanley?
Stanley from The Office.
Oh. Oh.
And he's like, what? He was so shocked.
That looks like Drake too, actually. He's just trash all the way around. I hate that. I hate Drake in so many.
So let it out. Go ahead. What else do you hate Drake for?
I mean, I just think he's trash. I think he's just needs friends, and so he does whatever he can to try to fit in with NBA players.
You think he needs friends? You think people are not trying to be his friend?
I saw a video of Drake trying to join like a party Like there was like a party at a
Oh,
bar.
I did
or
see
something.
that. He's like, who invited
He's
you?
like, I'm Drake, and he's like, I don't give a shit.
No. See, here's where
Like,
you
get out of here.
here's where your hate and memory combine. The guy said, "Who invited you?" And then he was like looked at him like, "Are you serious?" He's like,
I'm
"Do you
Drake.
know who I am?" And then
He's like, that's exactly why you're not coming in.
No, he did not kick him out. He did not kick him out. That was what
He
you
got
in your
kicked out
mind
because he
was
was
hoping
Drake.
to happen. No, what?
He's
What
trash,
do you hate?
man.
Why do you think that?
Look, I look at the way that he interacts with all these guys who are like, he looks up to all these dudes, and he makes what, more money than them, most likely.
So you think he's a bad artist because of the way he interacts with NBA players?
I don't think he's a bad artist. I think he's
Progress.
I think he,
What?
he's got way too much hype around him.
Okay.
I think
That's fine.
I think people think he is much more talented than he is.
Okay, you know what you have? I remember a couple of years ago, this guy was like, Jay-Z's too mainstream. He's trash. You're that
Wait,
guy.
who, me?
You're that guy. No, it wasn't you. You never said that. I'm saying you're that guy in this moment.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you absolutely are.
Jay-Z and Drake are not the same.
I know they're not.
Drake has clown / goon qualities.
Oh, absolutely. He there is some I will not deny the fact that he has some questionable things that he's done in his career, and that he's not the most talented person out there, but I'm also not going to say that I don't enjoy any of his music and that has no talent.
Do you respect him?
Why not? Why wouldn't I? Why would I not respect him? Like, what?
You know, I'm asking myself the same question. Why don't I respect him? I don't know. I think it's just something about him. I hate his face. I hate how he is. I hate seeing him smile.
See, now you sound crazy.
I don't know what it is about him. I just hate him. I hate him. I hate Phillip Rivers.
Oh, so Phillip Rivers is a different class though. Like, it's a sports thing.
Yeah, Drake is not a sports person at all. That's why he's got to pay players to come over and play at his house. You know that he has all of his buddies play basketball with him, but they all have to let him win. You know he does that. He's that guy.
See, that's Drake. That's
He's
probably
that guy.
Drake.
You
That's
know
Drake.
he's that.
I wouldn't say that's Phillip Rivers.
No. I'm saying Drake. You know Drake is that guy.
You're saying Drake is that guy? Yeah.
His entourage is not allowed to beat him.
No. He hangs with people who are scared to beat him. I don't think he's putting up the rule like, you can't beat me, guys.
But he keeps them around for that reason.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't put that. I would say they're too scared. Yeah, I would put that on them.
Like they're afraid of.
Yeah, they're afraid to not stay around, to not be around.
So they just let him win.
Yeah.
I bet you he jumps up to dunk it, and they like grab him and pick him up right under his arms. He has like a 7'5" friend who picks him up to dunk. Like,
And it looks like the Prince dunk from Chappelle Show,
Yeah, yeah.
which we can't watch anymore.
Which I'm fine with. But yeah, I think Drake is that guy. I don't know why. There's something about him. But is there anybody on your hate list? Because I obviously have a few.
Nah, I don't hate anybody. Who's some of the people that you hate?
Well, like I said, Phillip Rivers, Drake.
Drake.
Yeah, it's mostly it. I save it for them.
Phillip Rivers and Drake are the only two people that you hate. That's so random. Hate is a strong.
No, okay. I don't hate them. I just wish that they weren't as successful as they are, and that their lives were just not as good.
Wow. Yeah, so that I would definitely classify that as hate. To wish bad on someone is definitely hate.
I'm not wishing bad. I'm just wishing
You're wishing
on him.
You're wishing normal.
I'm wishing normal on both of them. Because normal sucks.
Nah, I think Drake is a good artist. I think Drake is definitely a good artist, and he's developed into a good pop artist, and he has talent, and he has a knack for making hit music,
which is important. You're in the business to make money.
Yeah.
So if you can't make hits, then you're not gonna make any money. So I get it. I get what he does.
Am I anticipating Drake albums? Nah, not really. Not at all, actually. Am I gonna?
Are you listening to them?
Yeah, of course. Why not? They're in the ethos.
Yeah.
They're out there. Have I ever downloaded a Drake album? No. Have I downloaded Drake songs? Yeah. Yep.
Have you heard about Kendrick Lamar?
Have I heard about him?
Well, there's rumors.
Oh yeah. There's rumors about him? Yeah, no.
Rumors.
Look it up. Yeah. I've heard of Kendrick Lamar, and I like Kendrick Lamar. I think he's talented too.
Well, do you put them in the same conversation? I was just gonna mention that Kendrick Lamar. There's rumors that he's possibly having another album drop soon, but before we get to that, do you put Drake and Kendrick Lamar in the same conversation, music wise?
Yeah, just because of the timing that you brought him up, everyone does it. So like everyone
them together
in the same conversation just by their lineage and when they came out,
Who would you pick in a Fight Club boxing match?
I'd definitely go Drake. He's a taller person. I think he's a taller person. Kendrick's a short dude.
You don't think he would cry when he got punched?
I hope not. I hope none of them cry when they get punched.
I know Kendrick wouldn't.
You know that? How do you know that?
Yeah. Because he wouldn't.
Because he makes good
Drake
rap.
Would. Yeah. Drake would definitely cry.
See, there's that hate like creeping in. Like it
Yeah.
It's just kind of.
I feel it.
It just feels. Yeah. Pause.
It feels good when it comes back.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Who do you got? Who do you got as your top 5?
Rappers?
Just all time off. Who at this point? Who would you name?
I would Kendrick Lamar definitely in there.
And you got an eclectic, more like traditional.
Yeah.
You're
Maybe
more
a
of
more
a
broad.
yeah. You listen to more music than just hip hop.
Yeah. So it has to be a little bit more than hip hop, I think, to kind of get me. You know, like Drake does it, or Drake does his
Drake.
trash.
My God, can't believe I said Drake.
Yeah,
God.
I would never include it. I'm sorry. Kendrick Lamar, with him doing all the Black Panther stuff, and he did it to Pimp a Butterfly, which was like basically a jazz album. You know, like him doing that kind of stuff to me, you know, as somebody who does music, like, or tries to do different genres of music, that's super hard. To do what he did, and to step out on a limb after he had such great success with Good Kid, Mad City, and then come out with something totally different, and people were still like, fuck it, it's Kendrick, you know?
All three of his major label releases have been different. So that's in itself, to your point.
And the rumor that was kind of associated with this upcoming album, if there is one, which nobody has proof of, I don't think, but that this one was going to be possibly more rock oriented, which will be interesting, like to hear his take on rock.
I would like a more worldly album. Like not just rock. I would just like maybe some
I think Black Panther was that.
But it wasn't his album.
It wasn't his album, but he was the executive producer. He was on every track.
Yeah, but I want to hear. No, he wasn't. Was he?
He was on every track.
Oh, dang. I didn't even notice that. But it didn't feel like a...
Some tracks, album. It was like a small... He did like just a small little piece. But...
Not a Kendrick
solo. So like worldly, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking
about? Like I want to hear Kendrick on like maybe some type of Spanish vibe. I want to hear Kendrick with some African infused drums. I want to hear Kendrick with rock, like you said. I want to hear Kendrick. Yeah. I want to hear, you know what I mean?
Do circus music.
See, I'm not with the Ringling type, vibe, but hey, it could be a bonus.
The Ringling
could be a bonus.
Oh, I don't know why this reminded me of Siegfried and Roy. You know who that is, Rid?
Yeah, it's just Roy now, or Siegfried or whatever.
It's just Roy. It's just one of them because the tiger fucked the other one up so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. I was looking at that recently. I saw that, and
we got into it on like 3 podcasts ago.
There's the memory. There it is. No, but Kendrick Lamar. So I don't know if I would put him at number 1, but Kendrick Lamar. I've always been a big Mos Def fan. Just because, like he's this like that type will do different kind of stuff. Like I don't think it was him who did it, but somebody put out this Mos Dub kind of playlist, and so it was Mos Def lyrics, kind of put on more like reggae vibe type stuff, like old reggae songs, and then put drums with it, and that was badass. Like all the stuff that he's done with Talib Kweli is fucking great. So Mos Def is definitely there for me. It's tough because Kanye is... I haven't listened to as much of Kanye after he really went to like the whole Yeezus move. Like I just kind of got tapped out. He just became so much like of overload of just like Kanye, fucking shitting on Taylor Swift. Like
I'm gonna let you finish.
Once that happened, then I just kind of started to move away from it. But the old stuff, like, Graduation and College Dropout, like all that stuff was crazy.
Dark Twisted Fantasy might be his best album.
Yeah, yeah. Like I remember hearing Stronger for the first time, and I didn't know it was from the Daft Punk sample, but hearing it, like it was just, it was like something new hitting your ears, like a different, like something that you hadn't heard.
You know what's crazy is when was the last time you heard you know that feeling when you hear a new song and it's like well, okay, so this is, I don't know if you get this, but like it's so good that it's almost like you've heard it before, but it's new, and
yeah,
it's just like, man, this is like, man, this is really good.
Yeah, I think that's the feeling.
That was for that.
That's what that's what the goal is, like as the writer, like you want it to sound familiar, even if it's not familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of his stuff. Jay-Z, Jay-Z's, just because what interests me so much about Jay-Z is the way that he does it. Like we've seen in Fade to Black, and anybody who talks about working with Jay-Z, how he just goes in, he'll listen to the beat for a little bit, and then he'll basically write it all in his head. Like he'll memorize, he'll go through a whole verse, and then he'll record the verse, move on, sit and kind of vibe with it for a little bit, and then record another verse. Like nobody, from what I have seen, nobody else works like that. And so like that's crazy to see that to me. Like you've seen Fade to Black, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen his interaction with Timbaland when they're working
like,
on
you ain't got no bounce.
Yeah, Jay-Z's like baiting him.
No bounce. Yeah.
You can see both of them.
The bounce coming up. Timbaland's like eating all kinds of fruit placed throughout the studio. Like, where is he finding all this fruit?
He's got a size 4XL shirt on.
And then he has this huge jug of juice or whatever's in it. It's like a protein shake. And he's like, the bounce coming up. And then he just takes a big gulp of the juice. But no, some of those beats on there are just like, wow.
But even when he's playing those, you can see both of them know they're not giving up their best stuff. So like,
yeah, because it's still a business transaction at the end of the day, and he's just, Timbaland's sitting on the crazy,
he's got something
stuff of all time. He's sitting on. No, okay. So what year? This was 2003, around there.
Probably
is when the Black Album came out.
Yeah,
it was like 2003, I think, or 2000, probably maybe 2002, around there. And those beats became like, he was probably sitting on things that became hit records for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's at the end of the day a business transaction. And Jay's just like, don't hold out on me.
Yeah. I'm the guy that you hold out on other dudes for.
Yeah.
Like, you're saving the song for me.
So you can see that with that, in so many words, that's what Jay-Z's basically saying. And he gets to the Dirt Off Your Shoulders beat, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it was.
And you could see
just see the look.
Jay-Z actually, his neck is doing the thing, and then you could see him rhyming the words.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to the studio, and he's doing the one take Hove thing in the studio. Like, he's just rapping it, and then they're cutting, then he's rapping another 10 bars. Then they cut, then like that was real, like how he just raps it, and it's just like, this is the end
as they're
product.
Recording it in the studio, you can see that everybody in there knows. They're like, oh, this is going to be nasty.
Yeah, that was a moment in time. When that album dropped, some of those man, that's one of those things where it's like that music you have like life soundtrack to.
Yeah, it's associated with memories.
Yeah. Like like I yeah. Like public service announcement, if I ever see that live, that'll be a life-changing event.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean?
But even just hearing it for the first time
Oh,
is, you know?
it's like, man, you get chills on that beat and that the way, yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's a public service. It's supposed to be an interlude. It's like,
Yeah.
this,
Which is part of the genius of it. Like, and that's another thing that I like in guys like that, like Jay-Z or Kendrick. When they do an album, they do that full album kind of thing, like with interludes and commentary and you know, like they turn it into more than just songs, which is kind of like a lost art at times, you know.
yeah.
So
So
like them
Jay-Z,
doing that's cool.
yeah. So Jay-Z, obviously one of the goats. You named four, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It was Kendrick, Jay-Z, Kanye, Mos Def. Yeah, I guess the last one would probably be Tupac for me. Just because I'm more so West Coast. I'm more into West Coast, but he's another guy who's just well read, you know, intelligent,
Yeah.
like
You tell
well
he had
spoken.
some brains behind what he's
Yeah,
doing.
great vocab, and for a while, it was just everything he touched turned to gold, you know.
And it was just kind of like, for us, it was just kind of like you live life and you hear Tupac songs.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's just like, you didn't even have to buy his albums. You just live life. And you know lyrics to Tupac songs and you hear
Yeah.
Tupac songs.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah.
It's like you
And
never
you
had,
know,
like, there's,
he went so early that you missed out on so much more material. It's like, you know, who knows what else he would have done.
he was a kid.
Yeah, he was like
25,
what,
26.
mid 20s, right?
Yeah, I think he was 25. It's crazy.
Yeah, so, you know, who knows what else he could have done, but
By 10 more years, by just 35. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's a great list. Good list.
I know yours is different. Yours is like what? Drake 1, Drake 2.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Do
you have
I have a lot of. Well, I have Kendrick and Jay-Z in mine. Kendrick, Jay-Z. We're just talking rappers, right?
Yeah.
So Kendrick,
Like lyricists?
Well, just rappers. Period.
Yeah.
We're talking rappers. Kendrick, Jay-Z. I'll go Nipsey Hussle because of the message, like kind of like the Tupac thing, but like the messages that he did, it was just like, you know, entrepreneurial, you know, self benefit and empowerment and
Yeah. I think less of an aggressive way than Tupac.
yeah, just more
But similar awareness
movement
about it.
Yeah,
You know.
similar awareness, similar type of movement. So that's 3 people. Jay-Z, Kendrick, and
Nipsey.
Nipsey. 4 and 5. Dang, that's crazy.
Gotta fit Drake in there somewhere. You only got 2 left.
Dang. All-time favorite rappers? That's a tough one. Let me see.
Weird Al.
Weird Al Yankovic, probably number 4.
4.5.
Remember?
You know that was the first
Is he still
concert that I
making
ever went to?
Oh, nah,
was the
we gotta
first
stop
concert.
everything and hear this. What is going on? Hold on. Is he, first of all, is he still making music?
I think so, yeah.
Because he was just
He's
doing the hit. It's actually a good hustle.
it's a great hustle.
Yeah, like you
It's
never
it's
are.
so if it's a parody, I don't think that you don't need all the rights to it. Like, so you don't need you don't need to get permission for everything. You just need to get permission for use of the composition of the song.
Okay.
Shit, actually, I feel like you don't even need that.
I don't think because how are they like okaying that? I don't think anyone's okaying that. A lot of people aren't okaying that because he's making money off basically.
But what he was also doing at the time was him doing parodies of those songs brought more popularity to the original songs themselves, and then would drive up sales.
True.
So like,
okay, that makes sense.
So him doing the parodies actually just brought more money to these people. And so what it ended up so it got to the point where I don't think that he had to ask permission because he wasn't using the recording of their music, and he wasn't using the song itself because he was using different lyrics. So I think he just recorded it, but as a courtesy, he would ask them for permission. But for the most part, he was making money for the original artist.
Hey, can I do this? Good, because I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah, good. But I mean, shit, he covered P. Diddy, he covered Coolio,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson several times.
Yeah. Yeah, he did Coolio, yeah.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did a bunch of rock. He did, and which Amish Paradise or Gangsta's Paradise was just a sample of a Stevie Wonder song, Pastime Paradise.
Yeah, that's true.
So I bet you Stevie Wonder got paid off of Weird Al's album too.
Right. So no, not Weird Al. Unfortunately, he just missed my top 5. I'll go. I'll say Tupac also. Tupac, just because the you're still listening to, you know what I mean? Like it's still like a Tupac song comes on, it's like, oh okay, like I'll let this play.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, if you were about to change the station, you'll wait for the end of that.
Yeah. So, and then obviously, all this, everything that comes with it. I'm gonna go Jadakiss. I'm a big Jadakiss fan. Like Jadakiss got
okay.
records and so yeah.
Yeah, I remember listening to a lot of Jadakiss. Like
I remember you did
full albums.
Yeah, I know. You were on Jadakiss.
He was a skit dude too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had some skits. But for sure, like he had good lyrics, good music. He had
and just
skits.
like the texture of his voice.
Yeah,
like
you can't.
That's what gets you.
Yeah, for sure. You can't like mistake. And then the laugh, just to the Jadakiss laugh. If you have
a producer throwing that laugh, so we can hear what ding. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he what?
I was gonna say, I don't know why this sounds ignorant, but did he go to jail?
Mm-mm.
No?
I don't know, maybe. I don't think so.
I don't know
maybe
what I
at
was
some point he did.
But I was thinking about Meek Mill.
Oh, yeah, he definitely went to jail.
Did he go to, do you know if he went to like prison or jail?
No, he went I'm pretty sure he just went to prison. He was he was in the system for a long time on some dumb stuff though. Like he
So he was probably in county jail for a while, right? Would be my
I don't know exactly where, but he had some stuff that it was just like
so if he was like awaiting court or something like that, he probably would have been waiting in county jail.
No, he went to jail. Like he went back. Like he was in there, then he was on probation, and then they got him on some dumb technicality where he was popping a wheelie, then he went back. They got him back in, and they were trying and they had like a whole thing where Jay-Z and Rock Nation and Michael Rubin, the Sixers owner, and Robert Kraft, the Patriots owner, they kind of like rallied and um shed light upon the judge who was doing some flagrant stuff to keep him in the system. So he's out now, obviously, but yeah, he had some stuff, and he has. I heard. You know what's crazy? Shout out to my friend Ronnie. He's from Philadelphia. He can shed more light upon this. Because in the city in Philadelphia, there's some stuff going on with Meek Mill right now. Like as far as like the city and Meek Mill, the relationship between that, and he
talking
can
about like
fans and how he's kind of like, and how he's revered and respected, but that's kind of going in another direction. He could shed. We'll have him on shortly, and he can kind of shed more light upon that. But and he can also shed. There's a big, not to cut you off. There's a big crossover between the city of Oxnard and the city of Philadelphia in more ways than like a few. So there's this interesting dynamic between the two cities that we can get into when we have him on. But
that's an interesting thought.
For sure.
I was asking or thinking about Meek Mill because I've been watching this show on Netflix called 60 Days In. Have you seen that? So it's like they choose.
Is it a newer Netflix thing?
I think they just released season 5, which is just on Netflix. But
okay.
I watched season 5, and then I wanted to go back and watch the first 4 seasons, which are on Hulu. So I found it. So 60 Days In on Hulu, and started watching it, and it's basically about they choose like 6 volunteers to go into county jail. So these are people who haven't committed a crime, and they just volunteer to go into jail for different reasons. Everyone's got a different reason. You know, one lady thinks jail is just like super easy, so she wants to find out for herself. Another guy who was actually from Philly, it was like a 19-year-old kid from Philly. He wanted to go in and do the experience because his brother went to jail, and so he kind of wanted to get an idea of like what his brother goes through in jail. But it's just, they just send these innocent people into jail, and people have to survive in county jail. But it's gnarly, like just to see the way that it is when they go in there, you know, and to see how these people adapt to that situation. And the prisoners will sniff out anybody who doesn't belong there. Like if you're a contestant for a show, if you're a cop, if you're planted for whatever reason, they will sniff it out quick. And so these people have to keep their identity, and it's interesting.
Yeah, well, that's like anywhere you can kind of be like, oh, he's not from here, she's not from around here, like anywhere. So any city, any town, any hood, any neighborhood, any whatever, you can kind of see this person's not from around here. And it's got to be the same in jail, in prison, in any of those situations where it's like, this person doesn't belong here, or this person isn't supposed to be here, or this person's acting like they like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can, you know, especially if you've been institutionalized, like, and then all of a sudden someone who's from the outside and they're not behaving like they're going to be there for a while.
Yeah. Or it seems you can tell who is used to being in the system. You know, like they're used to waiting in lines like that. They're used to being directed through some type of process by somebody else like that. You know, they're used to being handled in that way, you know, and being in situations with strangers that you're not typically in. You know, you're usually not sleeping in a room with strangers. You're not shitting in front of a bunch of, you don't typically have a toilet in one room with a bunch of strangers, but watching it, you see a bunch of parallels to the military, which is crazy. Like, doing boot camp or whatever, you're locked in there with, I don't know, 30 some other people who are from different places. You don't know anybody. Like, you're all in an uncomfortable situation, but the difference is in boot camp, you're not fighting over tater tots, like, you're not having to defend yourself for food or that type of thing.
Or your booty.
Yeah. That was one thing that I saw on that show too. There's like a new guy who came in, and some of the dudes that had been in there for a while were talking about how he's new and how his booty's probably tight still. Do you think if you went to prison, you would be the butt raper or rapee?
I'm not going. I'm going on the run. Yeah, I something happens, oh well, all right, I'm going on the run. I'm not going to prison. You crazy? Going to Cuba with Tupac or whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to prison.
Yeah. I don't see you enjoying that experience very
Come
much.
on, man. No. I don't make friends easily. 1, 2.
Nope.
I'm a light-skinned Mexican. 3. I'm just not. I'm not going.
No.
I'm just not. It's not gonna happen, unfortunately.
Also, the level, your disrespect meter is not very big.
That's
if somebody's stepping on your toes, or like, somebody will disrespect you in a weird way that they didn't know was possible.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is, remember when we would go to, like, I don't know why I would hate that. Like, we would go, like, if we would go to a club or something, me and you, and maybe like a couple other friends, or just me and you maybe, and it's like 11:30 at night. You know what? Everyone's just trying to have fun or whatever, and you're there what you're there for. If you're male, you're there for female. If you're male and there for male, that's fine. I'm not hating on that. I'm not downing that. To each his own, like we always say. But don't sit there and start complimenting me on my sneakers, on my fit.
Wait, so like, you wouldn't, if somebody was going to buy you a drink in that situation, you turn it down?
If somebody who, like,
yes,
what's
a
the
dude.
situation?
A dude is obviously gay and he wants to buy you a drink.
Yes
I'm
cool.
no?
I could get my own drink. I'm good. Thank you. Nah, I'm good. I actually, I'm not drinking tonight, or
Why not?
I drink. Because I'm not taking. Okay, so it's a weird thing. Like, I don't like a lot of handouts.
Fair.
So then I feel like I gotta, like, at least get to know you, or thanks, man. Like, now we gotta convert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So cool. No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate. No, I'll respectfully decline. I'll be like, no, dude, it's all love, but no, I'm good. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. It's all respect. It's how you come back at them.
See, I'm just imagining that you're in prison right now, and some dude is like, "Hey, you mind if I borrow your shower shoes?" and you're like, hey, it's all love, but nah. Like, no, we're not doing that. And then it causes like a riot or a stabbing or something.
No, see, I wouldn't say it's all love in prison because it's not all love. You got to know your surroundings. No, it's definitely not all love. And no, you cannot borrow my shower shoes. No disrespect, though.
No disrespect, but you cannot borrow my shower shoes.
Nah, that's a little bit different. But I'm not going, so I'm not gonna have to be in this.
Yeah, it's hard not to watch it, you know, and like you think of, man, what would happen if you had to go to prison? You know, like, but
will it be different for you than me?
It would.
I could just click up with a Mexican.
but from what I'm seeing, you just choose.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And obviously me, like, I'm not choosing the white dudes. Not an option for me. Like,
hey, Greg,
brown,
are you trying to be a part of the Aryan Brotherhood?
Hey, it's all love.
It's all love. But I'm trying to live.
But no, I'm good. I'm good.
Nah, but shout out to everyone who's incarcerated, you know, especially during COVID. You know, it's tough times. But
yeah, and if you did some weed related stuff, hopefully soon you will be out. Because
yeah, for sure, and have actually take it a step further too, like have some type of situation where you can kind of get money doing what you were doing when you got locked up. You know,
right.
That would be something that I would kind of like to see. If there was people selling weed and got locked up for years and took their life away, and people are out here in their white picket fence making money off the same thing, like I would want to see those people, you know, a pathway to where they were getting at least jobs in the situation. Like, but that's
going to be hard to look at. That's going to be hard to see if you were somebody who got locked up for something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a situation. It's just like see what happens. You know, like it's crazy.
So we're basically out of time, but I want to do one more Ox City. Ox City is there's going to be a cozy coat drive at the Oxnard Performing Arts Center on Sunday, December 13th, 2028, from 10 to 1 p.m. Donate new or gently used winter gear for those in need. Coats, jackets, sweaters, gloves, beanies, hats, socks, blankets, all sizes accepted. And that is at the Oxnard Performing Arts Center on Hobson Way. So if you're interested in donating some cold weather gear for the holidays, that's a place that you can do it. This has been another episode of Live from Ox City.